um the other week it started getting more. I realized that my things were missing, but I didn't know it was him.
Okay. He was doing it like secretly, so
Yeah.
okay.
So then after I told the teacher, and after the teacher didn't believe me because he was like the best student in the class.
Hello, beloveds. Welcome to my YouTube channel. To those who are watching me for the very first time, my name is Linda. Welcome, and to my returning subscriber, welcome back, and thank you so much for coming back again and again and again and again. I truly appreciate you. Please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, just to show that you are supporting the vibe, you're supporting the content. And also, when you watch my videos, please do not skip the ads. Right. If you are a regular on this video, on this platform, on this channel, you know, I once shared my testimony. On today's video, we are having our second episode of my testimony, but it's not going to be my story. My daughter, as you can see, we have a guest. This is my daughter, Otlodizwe. She's going to be sharing her story concerning bullying. Basically, that's what we're talking about, bullying and how she overcame that. And yeah, we're going to have segments of my testimony every now and then with people sharing the stories on how God came through for them or how they overcame a certain situation or life challenges, how they, like, how God has delivered them, right? Yes, I hope I make sense. And please, like I said, don't skip the ads. That is how we pay our tithes on this ministry. That is how we give up our that is how we pay our tithes, and that is how we give our offering. Thank you so much for joining us once again. And like I said, today I'm not alone. I'm with my beloved daughter, Odidiswe. Yeah, if you don't know what Utlodizwe means, Utlodizwe means the anointed one. I know we have people who are not from South Africans, who are not Tswanas, and Utlodizwe means the anointed one. So she's here to tell her story, how she feels about bullying and how she overcame that. Without any waste of time, let's get right into it. So, Utlodizwe, please introduce yourself to the people. Introduce yourself.
Hi, my name is Odidiswe, but you can call me Nini if you like. That's my other name. I'm in grade 5.
And how old are you, Utlodizwe?
I'm 10 years old.
Okay, Utlodizwe is 10 years old. So please share with us, how do you know what bullying is and how do you feel about it?
Yes, I got bullied and I feel bad about it. And sad sometimes.
Okay. What do you think, guys? If you hear the birds and whatnot, we are sitting outside. It's very hot in South Africa right now. If you don't know, October is a month of anti-bullying month. Hence, we are doing this video together with my daughter. So just this whole thing is just to create an awareness, you know, and to share, you know. And maybe this might help someone. It might help a parent. It might help someone who's going through this, because we know how life is. You know, people are very. Hey, some people are not. I don't know how to say this, but there are some things that we encounter in life that we cannot prevent, right? But if you have heard something like this, a story, someone telling their stories, and it happens that you're going through the same thing, somehow it might be helpful. I hope this would help someone in the future or right now if you're experiencing this, if you are a kid or a parent who don't know, but hopefully this will not be in vain. So Otlodizwe, so you're going to share your story. Before we get to that, before you sharing your story, now you're in grade 5. Do you think if someone is a bully, do you think it ever stops? Let's say you are a bully. Do you think you get to a point where you're like, no, I can't do this anymore? Do you think it ever stops? Really? Okay. So, and also, I feel like with bullying, I think it starts at home. as parents, we need to every now and then to do check-ins with our kids, do check-ins how our children are feeling, because sometimes we as people, we like to project a lot. We project and we act out our feelings instead of talking out our feelings. We need to do checkups. You'd find that you are a parent and you're not even aware that your child is a bully. So these now and then check-ins, they do help a lot. So Torito is going to share a story on how she was bullied. When did this happen?
2023.
You were in grade 3, huh? Yeah, she was in grade 3. Remember, in grade 3, she was new at the school. She was very new because in grade 1 and grade 2, she did grade 1 and grade 2 in this other primary school. So she had to change schools because of the reasons that I can't share right now. So once she got to the school, obviously she's now not staying with me, and she's new to the environment, the school, and everything. Everything was just new to her. And this now she experienced bullying. So continue, Odolise.
How
How it happened, how it started.
So 2023 when I got in the school.
Speak good.
2023 when I got in the school with my auntie first time in the class. I just sat down. They were I introduced myself in class. The first day was fine and my break was fine. I got new friends. The second day it was also fine. Let me just say the first week was fine. After the second week, this boy in my class started taking my things.
Your things like what?
Pencils, crayons, pens, and what.
Your stationery.
Yes. So then after I saw it, but I didn't take it seriously. I thought maybe it will stop.
So when it happened the first time, you didn't say anything?
Yes, because I thought maybe it will stop.
You didn't say, why are you taking my stuff?
No.
Okay.
Then after Wednesday, it started getting my stuff. I was like, why are you taking my stuff? And then after he kept quiet. And after that, the other week, it started getting more. I realized that my things were missing, but I didn't know it was him.
Okay.
Then after that, I figured out at break he got in the class and took my things. I told the teacher, but
who was aware that he was doing this? Was it only you who was seeing him doing it, or maybe some of the kids in the class?
It was only me.
He was doing it secretly, so
yeah.
Okay.
So then after I told the teachers, and after the teacher didn't believe me because he was the best student in the class.
You see that part? So apparently this was a boy. Yeah, it was a boy. This boy he was a good, getting good grades, like a good school boy. And on the other hand, he was bullying her. You see now?
So when I told the teacher, the teacher didn't believe me. Because she was like, no, he couldn't do such things. Maybe it's someone else.
You see? That is where the catch is. Because this boy is doing good. He was apparently a class leader, right?
Yes.
He was also a class leader. He was a class leader. He was getting good grades. And, he also had that badge, And now, Otloditwe is new into the school. And the same leader is doing the bullying. And now the teacher is not believing her because she's new. And this boy has been here maybe from grade 1 or grade whatever the case might be. And now she's now telling the teacher, and the teacher is like, no, it can't be him. And then what happened?
And after that, I told my auntie. Then after she didn't do anything the other day. And after I decided to call you, and I told you.
You didn't call me. You know what?
Oh yeah,
I remember when it was school holidays. No, it was not cool. On weekends, I'd go and visit her just to check up on her, how she's doing and how she's coping. I think it was around June, July. It was, yeah. And then, because me and my parents, I'm very observant. I pay attention to details. I'm that parent. And you can't hide anything from me. And remember, I told you about my discernment spirit. And then when I visited her, because we're in a crowd, and I said, let's go and sit there. I wanted to speak to her in a private space, and when we were busy having conversation, I was asking you, like, checking up, how's the school, how's everyone, like, making friends, how's everything? And she was like, no, everything is fine, everything is cool, nothing, no problem whatsoever, making friends. I have so many friends, who and who. And I was like, are you being bullied at school? She's like, no. Is everything okay? No one is bullying you. Yes. And then when I looked at her face, I could tell that she's not telling the truth. I'm like, are you sure no one is bullying you? She said yes. I'm like, no, I can see that something is wrong. She's like, okay, now there's this boy at school who takes my stuff and so on, like she was explaining now. And that is when I realized, good, no, there's something is not right, And then me as a parent, I did not want to act going to school and acting because already she reported the matter and they did not believe her. Now I was acting as a parent. Now I was dealing with my child now, head on. And I was like, you going back to school? And yeah, I think it was school holidays, but I went there, it was on weekend. I was like, when you go back to school, you're going to be a confident girl. You're not going to allow that boy to bully you. You're going to stand up for yourself. You're going to look at him in the eyes and tell him, not with me. It stops today. I was busy following her and if there was something that was missing, like maybe looking down on herself and doubting herself because this boy, why is this boy taking my stuff? Something was not okay. I was like mentally, I was preparing her mentally and also reminding her who she is. And I believe like that really helped a lot. It did help because I didn't want to go to school and cause drama or whatever, because I know that was only in most cases, that only escalates the matter, because the boy is going like, oh, no, you told, because already if you are a bully, you know that this person cannot defend themselves. So the only thing that you can do is to stand up for yourself. How many times am I going to go to school and report the matter? I was preparing her even in the future. And I believe that worked. It really worked. And we also prayed about it. And then she went to school. And then what happened?
After I went to school, I sat down and it went normal. But then after a break, I told him that he must stop stealing my stuff.
You see? I feel like he was doing this. I don't know if there are levels to this bullying thing, but it was not that deep, or I feel like he was not a bully, but he was a bully because he was doing it, intentionally. So the minute she told him to stop, he immediately stopped. I believe like also standing up for yourself and also praying about it did help, so that is how it stopped. Eventually it stopped. Even to this day, I believe he's not doing. Is he in that same class as you?
But even now, 4, he was in the same class as me.
Last year. Yes. And then what happened?
The first week, he stopped. Then after there was this boy who sat in front of me called Owami.
Yeah.
Owami like didn't have stationery and all this stuff. He could steal people's dues and crayons and pens, and when we say it's ours, he's like, no, I haven't reported. But we know that when he came in the morning, his pencil case only had a pen.
But I feel like, yeah, I get what you're saying, but I feel like that's a different story, because there's a difference between stealing and bullying.
Yeah.
He took those things because he didn't have it. Because this one was targeting you specifically and was taking it, yeah, that's how I feel. I feel like that the other boy, the Owami case, and this other guy story, they are two different stories. It's not the same thing, right? And he was not only taking your stuff, and forcefully so. He was doing it secretly when no one, because that boy was not hiding that he was taking your stuff. That's the difference. So as parents, let's do check-ins. Even if you feel like your child is good at school, but you never know what he's doing to other people, just do check-in. Are you good at school? How are you treating other kids at school? You never know. You are raising a bully, not as a parent, you are not even aware of it. So you can help your child. And also, if you are a parent and there's a bully in their school who's bullying your child, make sure that you arm your child and you prepare them for such a time as this, so that they can be able to stand up for themselves. One thing I know about bullies is that if you stand up, you shock them, because the minute they start bullying you and they realize that you are scared of them. That is, it escalates. It's like you are fueling them to do more harm to you. And the minute you start speaking out or standing out for yourself, that is when now it stops. Somehow it stops, So yeah, that is all we wanted to share, beloveds. I hope this was helpful. Also, remember, as a parent, do pray for your children. Pray for them. Teach them how to pray. Teach them how to be kind. But being kind doesn't mean you can't stand up for yourself. Being kind doesn't mean that you have to be a fool. You have to know how to stand up for yourself. You have to know how to defend yourself, because at school, I know how terrible it can be. It can go south very quickly, because the parents are not there. It's only kids who are doing all these things. And so the only thing that we can do is we can do our best by teaching them these small things that do make a difference, a huge difference, to be precise. So let's teach them prayer. Let's pray over their lives. Let's also do check-ins every now and then. Thank you so much for watching, beloveds. This was Utlodi's testimony, and I hope it was helpful. I hope it was insightful for someone out there. And let us stop bullying. Stop bullying. Stop bullying.
This was my testimony. Thank you for watching, and I hope this will give you a good message. Please like and subscribe and share and comment.
Toodles.
Bye.